right, here with Todd today. We're bringing Todd on this year as part of our field staff for Field Heritage. I know some of you guys have probably seen him in some of our fishing videos. He was on the cat fishing videos with us and a couple things at the lake. But he wanted to make the jump this year, get back into compound hunting for deer. He's been using crossbow the last few years, but decided to get back with compound this year. So he went out, picked up all the new gear for everything he needed. And we actually got him talked into doing a little filming this year, hopefully. So
yep.
He messed around a little bit last year with a kind of lower end camera, but just liked the process and really fell in love with filming the hunt and that. So he went out and bought all new gear this summer, and I just wanted to come today and kind of go over the gear he picked up for hunting. And then we'll probably do a little bit of a part 2 on his camera gear and his setup, just so everybody can kind of see what it takes to get into it. It's not as much as you would think, really. Just a camera and a GoPro really will get you going. You don't really even need all that. But first, we're going to jump into it. I met Todd probably 2-3 years ago now, but he works with Kirk. They've known each other for quite a while, and he started watching our videos right from day one, and he's been right there, one of our biggest supporters, but now he wants to jump in and be part of it. So we're going to give him a trial here and see if he actually kills anything with all this new equipment he bought. But
yeah, we'll see.
But first, I think we're just going to jump in, go over the bow setup, a little bit of right down to arrows, release, all that. Go through a little bit of what he's got for optics, his backpack setup. Then he's got a couple other fancy toys that we'll go over here. So first, let's jump into what bow did you end up picking up?
I ended up picking up the Matthews Lift 33, just for the fact that it's tried and true. They've been around forever. I mean, they're just a great bow. They're up on technology, and of course, you got to put the ARD on there. I absolutely love it. Coming from shooting a traditional sight and having to worry about peep sights and everything and your eyesight, the sight is amazing. There's no messing around. Center the dot and send it, and it'll hit every time.
Yeah. Especially if somebody just getting back into it. I mean,
yes.
You had that thing tuned in minutes.
Yeah, I was hitting within, I'd say, 10 minutes. Yeah. And I haven't shot a compound bow in probably, I'd say, 15 years. Yeah. And yeah, I fell in love with it. It's very fun to shoot. I'm also going to be using a Tacticam this year, just for a different point of view. Just in case I can't get the big camera on it, I at least will hopefully have the kill shot on, whatever I shoot at.
That's a big thing with filming, is trying to get multiple angles. I mean, nobody wants to just see one shot of the deer. You want to try and get a GoPro, shot of you. Tacticam footage is great. That way we can do split screens and whatever. But
yep,
that's something actually I'm looking into doing myself, is getting that Tacticam stabilizer mount. So
my arrow setup. I am running the Easton Access 4 mils match grades. They fly amazing. I just got a 100 grain field point on the ends, and I seem to have really liked these Rec broadheads. They work really good. They fly super quiet. I actually came out here one night when it was windy, and I was shooting these, and they fly just like a field point. Great penetration. They work really good, and the best part is, they're made in USA, and they're made right in Frankenmuth.
Yep.
And I'll give a shout out for these guys, because these things fly amazing. I'm really liking them.
Kirk switched to those this year too, but he went with the mechanical ones.
Yep, and these you can swap out for the mechanical. So you don't got to go out and buy another broadhead. You buy the setup, and you can shoot either or.
New blades.
Yep, it's just new blades.
Yep. And I'm still debating if I'm going to switch this year on those or not. I just switched last year to the 4-blade Grim Reaper and loved those. I think I might run them again this year. But we kind of wanted to test those out, because we are in the process of trying to find sponsors and who we want to partner with. We want to try and stick with Michigan companies, so that that fell right into that category. But when we reached out to them, they'd already had their sponsors or field staff for this year. But they told us get them, try them out, and if we like them, reach back out to them. So I think we'll be doing that after this fall. But so Kirk and Todd will be the trial on that. So
definitely going to try to get one through a doe. Get some blood on it.
And then what'd you go with for release?
I went with the Solix. I don't know what you want to call it, the fabric with the half hook. If you can see it.
That's another change I made this year too.
Yep,
I went to the hook versus the class.
This thing is so smooth. I absolutely love it. And coming from not shooting anything to picking up I'd say a middle of the road release, I like it. I mean, for a beginner, it seems like it's working all right. It's just easy. Seems to be working for me.
I know that was something that I didn't really put much thought into before I started filming. I had just the old traditional, wrist style release that locked on your string, and once you're locked on, you're on unless you pulled that trigger and let go. Which, when you're not worried about filming and moving cameras, ain't a big deal. But as soon as I started filming, that became an issue. So this year I went to the hook style and absolutely love it. I think that's going to be a game changer for in the tree when you're trying to adjust cameras and whatnot. So that is definitely something to consider if you're looking to start filming hunts. That is something that you wouldn't really think about until you're sitting in the tree trying to do it. So what else we got here?
Last year I used Alps Outdoor stuff, and I was really, really happy with it. It's quiet, it's built really good, and I started spending a lot more time in the tree, hunting all day, and having a nice light setup that is easy to get to, water resistant, and quiet. There's no zippers on
That was the first thing I
anything. There's no zippers even on the backpacks. I picked up a Alps Impulse backpack. There's no zippers. And this is going to be a great tree stand pack because you can put a screw in or hang it off, and everything's wide open. You got spots to put your stuff.
And it looks like it's almost designed to be used in a tree.
Yep, and
it's everything you need.
You can put your gun or your bow in the front, because when I go back this year, I'm going to be using my bike sometimes, and I'm going to have a place to put my bow. I didn't really want to attach my bow to the bike I just don't want a vibration, or if I fall, maybe someday down the road I might attach it, but I'm going to stick with it on the backpack this year. And I run in Vortex optics. I've had good luck with it. I got the Diamondback. Yep, Diamondback 12 by 50s, and
I know Kirk's using the Crossfires, Tim's, I think is what it is, and that's what I'm actually looking to get too. It's funny, we all talk and hunt together, and one person buys it, and if we like it, we all end up getting it.
Yep.
Me and Kirk will go back and forth. I'll buy something and use it for a little bit, and then next thing I know, he's got the same one. We got the same bows, same tree stand, same saddles. I mean, it's just when you find out what you like and what works, it's why bother trying other things.
Yep.
So, just like I'm sure next year I'll probably end up shooting the Rex broadheads based on how it goes this year. But everything I've seen, I don't know why I wouldn't. I just got a brand new set of broadheads from last year that I really like, so I'm going to keep running them, I think. But yeah, it's just funny how that works out.
Yep. Oh yeah. I'm running a Crossfire HD 1400 rangefinder. Used it quite a bit last year. It's got a lot of adjustability when it comes to light, so it's easy adjustable right on the front. You can bump your light down because, well, it's dark. Trying to range, you don't want a bright light in your eye.
Yeah.
So that makes it really handy. It's light, and I attach it right to the side of my pack where you can get to it easy to range.
And that's something I've noticed with mine. My rangefinder, it's a Leupold. I don't know what it is, but it's probably 10 plus years old. Works phenomenal, but as soon as you start getting low light, it's about useless. So you're pretty much getting in the stand, range and stuff, just so you know.
Yep.
And going from there. But in most cases, I'm hunting in the woods where you're not getting anything over a 30-yard shot, anyways. But still, it's just you'd like to know that tree's 18, that one's 25. But that's something I'll probably have to upgrade here shortly. So as far as gear, then what do you plan on hunting out of primarily? Lock-on stands, climbers, saddle, blind?
Well, it all depends on where I'm at, really.
Okay.
Because around here at home, I've got just a hang-on stand across the street. Then this year, these guys all talked me into getting a saddle, so I went to the saddle setup, but I think I'm going to really like that. It is comfortable. You can hide a lot better behind the tree, especially if you don't have a whole lot of cover.
I didn't think it'd be that great until I got it.
Yep.
Just the way we hunting state land, things like that. It's especially with camera gear too, you're toting so much stuff with you. Being able to just wear that saddle out and have very minimal weight added to your pack compared to a lock on or whatever, it just made all the difference in the world. So that's one thing that I wasn't sure I'd get into, but after buying it last year, Kirk kind of talked me into that, and I bought the same one he had, and now I mean I'm sitting here all summer long thinking of the possibilities of hunting with it. Things I want to go and out in state land, places I wouldn't normally win or didn't go as much, that I know I'll definitely be hitting up a lot more this year with it. So, and I was actually fortunate enough to draw a Federal Reserve deer permit for the Shiawassee Federal Reserve downstate from us, about an hour away. They got some phenomenal deer hunting down there, and you have to apply to get drawn for it. And out of the whole group of us that sent this year, I think there was over 10 of us that sent. I was the only one that got drawn. And that's going to be a late firearm. It's actually November 25th through the 30th, I believe. So we'll be going down there, and I think me and Kirk will be using that saddle setup down there just because it's an ideal setup down there. It's a lot of big, mature timber, and it's everything's like a telephone pole. So with ladder sticks and saddles, it was the way to go last year when we were down there hunting his hunt. So once you get it, you'll fall in love with it, I think.
Yep.
Just the flexibility it gives you, and for filming too, it's hard to beat.
Yep. So, everything's right in front of you.
Yep. So now that's as far as your daily gear, what you'd be using around home, whatever. But you also have a trip coming up this year.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to have some property in Ohio to hunt. We've got roughly four properties we can hunt down there. I was pretty successful last year. Shot a really nice buck. Still waiting to get it back from the taxidermist. And I gave up on videoing because I was at it for like...
I might have a picture I can throw up in the video for that one.
I was beat. I was hunting morning to dark every day, I think for 10 or 11 days straight. And it just got to the point where I got sick of carrying stuff in because every walk was oh geez, probably, I think I put it on the Onyx. I think it was like 800 to 1,200 yards, which for most people that ain't bad, but when it's hilly and terrain and when you do it twice a day, it gets, and I said, I'm not going to do it with the camera equipment no more.
All that equipment,
and trying to tote it, and this year I'm just going to suck it up and do it.
Well, and your setup this year's a lot more.
I got a lot
streamlined too. So.
Yeah, so I got a lot lighter of a setup and a little bit better quality stuff. So hopefully it'll be a lot better. But that's I'm very fortunate to have those properties down there. So yeah, we run all ladder stands down there because safety reasons. We tie in coming up, tie in going down. We don't want any accidents. That's just Scott, the guy properties that we hunt down there. That he likes the ladder setups. So I got nothing against them because most of the deer you see anyway, they've never seen a human in the woods before. Yeah. It's all private land we hunt, so they see you and they don't care what a ladder stand looks like. I've had deer walk up, look right up at me, and keep walking. They don't even know what you are. So it's a little bit different.
Than the Michigan hunt around here.
Yeah. Pins and needles every deer that comes in.
For every November 15th, there's more orange guys in the woods than deer.
Yep.
So I'm going to pan over to his bike here. He picked this up. He takes that down to his Ohio trip. Makes things a little easier down there, but that is something I've been looking at and wanted to eventually get for out at our cabin, just because it'd be so slick there. We got nice trails going back to all of our stands. It's so quiet to get back in there. So the e-bike is definitely something in my future, but this is the one that Todd picked up here. Bear with me while I adjust here a little bit. So what bike did you go with?
It's a hay bike Mars 2.0. I don't know if they make this one anymore, but it's a very cost-effective bike. You don't, in my opinion, you don't need to go out and buy one of these $3,000-$4,000 e-bikes. You can get away with, I think I paid $1,000 for this shipped to my door, and yeah, it's a lot, but most of the places I hunt, I have to get in from a long ways away. like across the street, I used to have to walk all the way through the property to get to my stand. Now I can come in from the sides. With this, yeah, it's a half-mile ride, but I don't blow out everything walking through. So and it's quiet. It's scent-free. You're not walking. You're not leaving scent. And I cruised up on deer last year, and I've got within 20 yards of them with it, and they have no idea what I am.
And you just ordered this online?
Yep. And I just went on, I think, heybike.com and ordered it, and I've had good luck with it. I think I got like 170 some miles on it.
Now, what kind of range does it charge?
I think it goes 60 miles on a full charge, but I did notice that when it gets cold, the back, just like any other lithium battery, it goes way down. So,
but this one is set up like a traditional bike too, where you can.
Yep, it's got the gears. You can pedal along and change your gears, and which is nice because you come up to a hill or something, you can just pedal somewhat easily, and it'll go up the hill even with the throttle on. So it's a very nice tool to have.
Something in my future for sure.
Yep. Yeah, they work really good. And this one actually folds down.
I'm just gonna say
you can put this in the trunk of a car. It packs up. I think it's 62 pounds. I think is what it is.
The handlebars fold too.
Yep. The handlebars fold down. The whole bike will fold right together. You can put it in the trunk of a car, or I'm actually gonna buy a hitch receiver so I can pull the bike right up on the back of the hitch. So I don't got to mess around taking it down and apart and in and out of the back of the truck. So.
No, I can definitely see where that would come in handy.
Yep. I've been seeming to like it. It's been working really good.
Well, I know you said you kind of bought it for your Ohio trip, but it sounds like you're using it here just as much as...
I use it here just as much. Hopefully I'll be using it in Ohio. We'll see. I'm in a little better shape than I was last year. So walking a mile every day.
So you talked about your property across the road.
Yep.
How much property you're hunting there? How big a piece is it?
This is just over across. I'm hunting maybe 5 acres.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not a very big slice, and every person along here hunts.
Yeah.
So it's high pressure area, and I got a food plot over there. I redid my blind this year, and it's very, very hard to hunt because of how many people hunt. I can literally see my neighbor getting in his tree stand. We're all that close because all the properties run the narrow long way instead of wide. So
yeah.
You kind of take what you can get around here.
Now, for your food plot, what did you put in this year?
Northern Edge Brassica Plus.
Okay.
It's coming in phenomenal.
Or did you mix anything else?
It's just a Brassica Plus because I think that's got turnips, rape, and obviously brassica in it.
Yeah.
I rototilled it, put down, I think, 200 pounds of line. And the plot's not very big. I think it's maybe a half-acre plot. And, it's within a week. Of course, it rained literally the night I put it down.
Yeah.
So it helped out tremendously. And I compacted it, and it came up great. It looks phenomenal. Deer been in it almost every day. So
that stuff has a phenomenal germination
yes,
rate. It comes up so quick, too, with that seed coating that's on it.
Yep.
That's, I know, most of you probably know, we partnered with Standish Milling. From Standish, Michigan. They provide us with their ideal Northern Edge seed for all of our food plots. We still struggle with it up at the cabin just because it's pretty much beach sand up there. But we're in the process of building that soil. But at my dad's place, and my brother Brian, he bought a 10-acre chunk here last year, and he planted a small field on that. And that stuff is coming up like crazy. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that coated seed makes it super easy to put it down too.
Yep. Helps so you can actually see where you're putting it too. Yep. So, but no, that's pretty much all I wanted to hit on. Just wanted to kind of biggest thing is introduce you guys to Todd. You'll be seeing a lot more of them. Hopefully, you can actually get some films here, some deer on film.
Gonna get the kids out on the crossbow and the blind, and
otherwise it's just a lot of money spent for.
Try to get some video of the kids hunting too. So.
Yeah, that's coming up quick here. I think the youth hunt's in 2 weekends from now. Which is actually the same weekend as the bear opener, which we'll be out filming some bear hunts and some youth hunts that weekend. It's going to be busy coming up here. That's why I want to try and get out this week and do this review here. We're just before the 1st of September right now, so we got about a month till bow season starts. But yeah, I just wanted to get out here, do a quick interview with Todd here, go over his setup, a little bit on what he picked out for the endeavor of getting back into compound hunting. Can you do it cheaper? Can you do it for more, more expensive? Absolutely. There's such a range out there. If you're not compound hunting, don't be afraid to jump into it. You can get a cheap setup and start. I mean, my first setup was worth probably less than Todd's arrows. So don't think you got to go out there and buy, the best of everything. But if you can, it definitely is nice to have it. I mean, 'cause all just those little things on each of those items that he was talking about, it just makes the experience and the effort, that much easier.
Yep.
Every little thing counts when you only have 10 seconds to get that shot at that deer.
Yep.
Because that's the other thing around here. You don't get them to come and stand in front of you for 10 minutes. It's usually a 3-second zip in front of you, and that's all you got. So.
Yep.
But I think we're gonna wrap up for tonight. I'm gonna actually probably do a quick part 2 to this video, just showing Todd's camera setup, his camera gear, go into that a little bit. But as far as getting out and getting in the trees, it looks like he's got everything he needs here to hopefully have a successful season. So we will be touching base with him hopefully early in bow season when he's dragging one out. So hopefully, probably dragging mine out, but you're getting that call now.
Yep, that's fine.
No, we'll wrap up tonight. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll probably post this one and shortly after post the quick video of the camera setup. So we'll be seeing a lot of these coming up. We got a lot of plans for pumping out some videos this fall. We want to try and average, get out at least one video a week here. So this will be the start of the fall grind here. So looking forward to it. Thanks for watching.